Hi, my name is Sherry McKeon, and this is Cross Potent. And this is going to be the second edition of the Moon and Sky Farm Report that is going to be answering the question, why do we farm with the moon? So this week's episode is going to go back to meteorology, and that is going to be the topic for today's video. And what I would like to talk about is the cycles of the moon and how they're connected to the Earth. Okay, so I guess we'll start with the Earth is here, and then the little moon kind of makes its way around, all the way around, round, right? And the moon pulls the tides with it. As the moon starts circling, the tides are pulled around the Earth, and it creates like a bulge in the ocean, and that creates our tides. Well, another phenomena happens at the same time, which we're going to drop a drop. As you have your new moon, we'll do this as your new moon. And here's your little garden with your little sprouts and his little roots going down like that. Alright, maybe a little worm growing in there. At your new moon, your water table is going to be here. And then as you get to the crescent, the half moon, and then the waxing gibbous, the water table also rises as the tide would rise. And this happens even in drought. It happens, even in the desert. The water table is pulled up with the full moon. And then as you get the waning gibbous, and then the latter half moon, and the final little crescent, the water table recedes back. So this cycle brings up a lot of moisture, and it basically is a phenomenon called hydrogen bonding. I know I don't want to get too scientific in this video, but hydrogen bonding is what makes water sticky, and as it goes up into the soil, it clings to the soil, and as it recedes back at the new moon, it releases its grip on the soil. So it's much easier to dig on the new moon, and it's much more beneficial to allow the roots to just plume out into the soil more at the full moon. So there's these cycles that plants go through with this water table. Also, the humidity rises in the vicinity of the full moon. So there's a whole monthly pulse, you might say, that's connected to the moon. The sun does pour out the energy of the season, of the power of the sun culminating in the summer and the weakening of the sun in the winter. It has its own seasonal cycle, but the moon definitely has its own monthly pulse with the water cycles of the Earth, including the tides, including the water table that feeds all the plants. And it affects us too. It affects the shrimp, the corals, it affects everything. So why do we farm with the moon? I'm going to try to keep answering that question in these videos, and I really hope this was helpful and might broaden your understanding of beneficial gardening and beneficial for the Earth. How gardening is beneficial for the Earth and not just for us. Of course, we want to get produce and crops out of the Earth, but we can do it in a way that's beneficial for Mother Earth, and it's not that hard. So I hope this video was helpful and informative, and I look forward to seeing you again.